If we take a look back at classic horror movie monsters, Jason, Freddy, Michael Myers, they are all scary. They are inherently evil and have a monstrous presence about them. However, this is not the case for all horror movie monsters. No, many are lurking in the shadows waiting to pounce, while others could be disguising themselves as your neighbor next door. These are the top 5 horror movie monsters you wouldn't expect. Before we jump in though, I have a very exciting announcement. We have a brand new channel, Viper Girl. This is a brand new gaming channel covering everything from Minecraft to Among Us to Fall Guys, Fortnite, Call of Duty, everything you would expect from the gaming world in one channel. So if you want to check it out, we are launching very, very soon, January 22nd. It's coming soon. Here is a short trailer. Check it out.
Oh my gosh, I almost died. I thought you were a cactus, my friend. I thought you were a cactus. We've got iron, baby. Yes. Okay, my main goal is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody. Bro, no, I'm gonna fight you with a pork chop. No, come here. This is awesome.
And then go subscribe right after this. Let's go. Coming in at number 5, we have Jigsaw from Saw. Now, before everyone starts screaming, I'm going to be specifically talking about the first Saw movie, aka the superior Saw movie. You'll understand where I'm coming from in a few moments. Just hear me out. Released in 2004 and directed by James Wan in his feature directorial debut, Saw follows 2 men who awake to find themselves shackled in a large dilapidated bathroom. They have one order: to kill the other, otherwise their family will die. Now, between the 2 men lies a corpse who is holding a revolver and a recorder. One tape urges Adam, one of the men held captive, to escape, while the other urges Gordon, the other man, to kill Adam. Then, of course, the saws are revealed, with the men realizing they are intended to cut off their feet. As we know, Jigsaw, the monster behind the saw traps, always has a reason as to why he picks the victims he does. Throughout the movie, the reasoning as to why the 2 men are there is slowly revealed, resulting in Gordon sawing off his own foot to escape the trap and save his family. The biggest reveal of all, the corpse on the floor for the duration of the movie rises up, revealing himself to be very much alive and in fact, the man behind the traps, Jigsaw. It is also revealed that the key for escape was with the men all along. Sadly, Adam's key slipped down the drain, resulting in him being trapped inside of the bathroom forever, where he dies. Now, the first Saw movie is a work of genius, and genuinely shocking the first time you watch it. Not to mention John Kramer, aka Jigsaw, is a killer you do not expect. He would likely be the last person you'd pick out in a room, which makes all more shocking when it is revealed. Not to mention the reasoning as to why he does his traps is even more genius. Sadly though, the franchise had far too many sequels, ultimately killing what made the first one so damn special. Before we jump into number 4, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps us out a lot. In at number 4, we have Annie Wilkes from Misery. Another horror movie villain we frequently discuss on this channel, Annie Wilkes is absolutely legendary and deserves to be mentioned in every single video. In my opinion, that is. I love her. Released in 1990, directed by Rob Reiner, and based on Stephen King's 1987 novel of the same name, Misery stars the likes of Kathy Bates, James Caan, Lauren Bacall, and Richard Farnsworth, with it specifically following Paul Sheldon, an author who crashes his car and is rescued by an obsessed fan who keeps him captive and forces him to write a story. Now, Annie Wilkes is perhaps one of the most terrifying and unexpected horror movie monsters in history, simply because she is the last person you would expect to whip out a hammer and break your ankles. Sorry, spoiler. She is sweet and personable, and she could easily be your new neighbor who would bake you cupcakes when you move in. She is so sweet, but underneath her friendly demeanor is a monster who is capable of tying someone to a bed, breaking their ankles, and holding them hostage until they write a book she wants to read. It's absolutely insane, but resulted in one of the greatest horror movie villains ever seen on screen. Annie Wilkes is terrifying because she is human. She can be absolutely anyone, even your own neighbor. You just never know. In at 3, we have Basket Case. Basket Case is an absolutely insane movie with 2 horror movie monsters that you definitely don't expect. Released in 1982 and directed by Frank Henenlotter, Basket Case follows Dwayne Bradley, a seemingly normal-looking man who arrives in New York City with a locked wicker basket, and inside of the basket is revealed to be his deformed conjoined twin brother, Belial. Now, originally conjoined at birth, the twins were surgically separated against their will. with Belil holding a deep resentment towards not only his brother, but the people who separated them. So the twins seek revenge against the doctors who performed the surgery, as well as a nurse that Dwayne befriends. Now, Belil is truly terrifying to behold, spending a large amount of the movie inside of the basket. However, every time he emerges, he becomes increasingly more terrifying. Honestly, Basket Case is a basket case of a movie, and you should definitely check it out. It's absolutely insane, and Belil is probably one of the most unexpected yet terrifying movie villains we have on our list. In at number 2, we have the virus from It Follows. We have spoken countless times about It Follows on this channel, but like I've said previously, it somehow manages to fit itself into every single category we cover on this channel. Literally every single one, including this list. Released in 2014 and directed by David Robert Mitchell, It Follows, as we all know at this point, follows Jay, a 19-year-old student who, after she sleeps with a guy, is pursued by a supernatural entity. We learn from the off that this entity is transmitted via sex, so in order to get rid of it, Jay must have sex with somebody else. However, if she doesn't pass it along, the entity will continue to hunt her until it kills her. It can shapeshift, appearing as a stranger or somebody you know, but the one thing that is for sure is that it will not stop hunting Jay down until it is passed along to the next victim. However, if the entity kills the next victim, it will revert back to Jay. It's a vicious cycle. This movie is incredibly unique with its monster, creating something brand new that we have never seen before on screen. An entity that is essentially an STD. Something that for no reason that is explained latches onto a person, taking the form of another living thing and attempts to kill its victims. Many chose to interpret the movie as a parable about HIV or AIDS. However, director David Robert Mitchell stated, I quote, "I'm not personally that interested in where it came from. To me, it's dream logic in the sense of that they're in a nightmare, and when you're in a nightmare, there's no solving the nightmare, even if you try to solve it." And finally, coming in at number 1, we have Provench. Now, this movie directed by and starring Alice Lowe is absolutely genius, and it should be a criminal offense I haven't spoken about it until now. Released in 2016, this British comedy slasher movie marks the directorial debut of Lowe, and follows a pregnant widow who becomes convinced that her unborn baby is compelling her to embark on a killing spree as a form of revenge for the death of her husband, who was cut loose by the rest of his group when he was out climbing, which is absolutely savage. So Alice Lowe, who plays Ruth, the pregnant widow, tracks down each member of the group and kills them one by one. The imagery in this movie is absolutely everything. A heavily pregnant woman slaughtering people in a truly grisly manner. It's certainly not the typical horror movie monster we're used to seeing on screen, that's for sure. Typically in horror movies, we're used to seeing inherently scary people take on the role as the villain. They have characteristics that make them believable as the antagonist. However, Ruth is simply a grieving widow whose mind begins to play tricks on her. When her baby is finally born, this much is revealed. She is simply a woman trying to navigate a devastating loss. But spoilers ahead for those who haven't seen the movie, when her baby is born, we think finally the madness will end. She will come to her senses and realize her baby was not compelling her after all. Although she does realize this, she kisses her baby goodbye and off she goes to kill one more person. The movie is truly genius, and put Alice Lowe on the map as a director we should be keeping a watchful eye on. Well, there we have it. Do you guys agree with our list? Were there any horror movie monsters that we missed? Leave us your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below, and perhaps we can do a part 2. Before I go though, I just want to respond to a few comments from one of our last videos. Top 5 horror movie antagonists you can relate to. David Boyle II said, yes, there were 3D movies in the 50s, 60s. Originally the glasses were one-sided red cellophane and one-sided blue cellophane. That is true, I forgot about that. So when I was talking about the creature, what film was I talking about? I'm already blanking. But yeah, I was certain that there weren't 3D films back then, but of course there were. Shane420 said the Dark Queen is back, hell yeah! I've been coming and going secretly. See, I filmed ahead, so I wasn't back. But now I'm back, and I'm filming from home, because we're back in lockdown. Hell yeah. JT Uno said Lucy is killing it in the hoodie jacket combo. Am I killing it today in my sweats and my bun? Probably not. And I'm also smiley today because I get to talk to people. I've been in quarantine and I haven't spoken to anyone. Ward Alien Video said Lucy with the chuff chick look. I approve. Well, thank you. I do love my leather jacket and hoodie combos. Maybe I'll bring it back in quarantine. Random Dude said, why is everyone simping for Lucy? I don't know. When you find out, let me know. Adrian Reyes said, I always feel sorry for Carrie. I also always feel sorry for Carrie. She's just a girl that wanted to be loved. And on that note, if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. And until next time, I'll see you later. Okay, now that I know these videos work, I'm happy. Okay, let's go. If we take a look back at Spending a large can't speak. How I'm sitting is probably not flattering. I'm gonna look back on this and hate it. Remember, Lucy. Angles. There's a fly in here. Fly. Shoulders back, chin down. It's the way to do it. Okay. Do you like my new watch? Honestly, guys, I'm just excited to talk to people. Where the fly?